What's up, folks? Christina here with Pinkbike. I'm going to share with you 10 tips on how I've been staying active and healthy while spending some time off the bike. So first little tip I'm going to share with you guys is my personal juicing recipe. I keep it super simple, just a couple of ingredients. That's really all you need to get the important vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, everything that we need to keep the body running strong and keep our immune system really strong as well. I know I travel a lot in the summer. When I come home, I get straight back onto the juice. It's a way that I know I can put some good stuff into my body very quickly and try to combat all that panic eating, panic snacking we're doing out there. You are what you eat, and if you're eating bags of potato chips all the time, you just better balance it out with a bit of fruit and veg for you. If you find yourself peeing red after this one, don't be alarmed. It's probably just the beets. Unless you didn't put beets in your drink, in which case you should probably be alarmed if you're peeing red. I'm gonna share with you guys just a quick little breakfast I'm gonna have today, which is some eggs, fried onions, fried bell pepper, a little bit of sweet potato, and some multigrain bread. I mean, it's literally that easy to make a good, healthy, simple meal, super delicious. And I feel like, you know, right now we have a lot of time. Really just indulge in eating good, awesome, healthy, home-cooked meals. You know what's going into those meals that way. You know, you take pride in making a homemade pasta and homemade pasta sauce from scratch. So, you know, really indulge and treat yourself, you know, make that thing that you've always been wanting to make. Brought my little Garmin today so I can actually hook it up to my heart rate monitor. Desperate times call for desperate measures, which is why I'm out here running right now. Great way to get the heart rate up. This is hard. It's nice to challenge yourself a little bit. So this is a cool little contraption. I literally just made it at my house because I figure, you know, I got a bunch of stuff laying around. I have time, why not? How I use this little guy is I just let the weight dangle out in front of me there. And then with arms outstretched, shoulders low, shoulder blades in the back are together. And then I just wind it up. By the time I do 6 of these, my forearms are pretty well on fire, not gonna lie. Sweet as. This little exercise, guys, pretty simple, straightforward. It's a lunge. I like to use a bit of a weight there just to incorporate some upper body strengthening as well. So the first one I'll do is just a bit of a twist at the bottom. So lunging forward, making sure your knee's not going over your big toe and trying to keep it in a nice straight line as best you can. When you're at the bottom, you can twist left, twist a little right, throw you off balance a little bit, and then bring it back. I like to do about 10, give or take, on each leg. Next up, I'm gonna do some push-ups. Honestly, push-ups are super simple, complete body workout. And there's so many alternative ways that you can do push-ups now if you don't have the right strength or if you're coming back from an injury and whatnot. I do find doing push-ups on my fist helps a lot because I don't have the best flexion in my wrist. So I'm pretty old-fashioned with the core exercises. I still love crunches. I know there's a million other ways to get your ab exercises in, but crunches, I mean, they're a no-fail routine. So I'll show you exactly what I do for my core exercises. Pretty straightforward. I just do 4 different core exercises, 25 rounds each, so roughly 100 crunches. Quick little break, and then I do about 50 more, 2 different alternating movements. I like to finish off this little exercise by doing the slightly harder movements right at the end, but the good thing is we're only doing 50. So we just did 100. What's 50 more, really? Really controlled breathing and using your hands to kind of press against the ground, hold you down, I find those little tips really help me at this exercise. Final little crunch movement. I always save this one for last. The old toe touches. It seems so easy, but honestly, after you just did, you know, 100, 125 or more crunches, this little maneuver is basically sticking a fork in you. You're done after this one. So I just did my crunches, and now the final little ab workout I'm gonna do. Super simple again. I'm gonna use the 10-pound weight that I've been using. Usually I had to go a little bit smaller, to be honest, but I didn't bring all the weights into the forest today. Big tip here is to keep the core engaged. Every time I stand up after doing the movement, I bring the core really strong, hips are forward, making sure everything's in a nice straight line. Even when I'm leaning to the side, I'm not letting my shoulder drop in. Usually I do about 15 on each side and then follow it up with 10. And I find keeping my gaze forward as opposed to looking down or looking to the side really helps me to keep an open chest. It's just a nice alternative to doing your usual crunches on the ground. It's a little hard to lug this big box around with me, so I'm just gonna do this little section here in the house. I feel like I should definitely tell you guys, I am not a fitness instructor. Obviously, if I recommend any of these exercises for you and they don't feel good, don't do them or adapt them for yourself. So for me personally, I like to do 3 sets of 10 on each leg. Anything more than 10 and I start to get a bit fatigued and my knee starts to buckle a bit. So if 10 is too much for you, do less and build up. If 10's not enough, by all means, get her done. Cool, so since we're already standing, might as well move it on down to the lower body now. A standing quad stretch. It hurts so good. You're stretching the quad, woo! But you're also working on your balance on the left leg, strengthening the left ankles, all those little muscles and things in your feet as well. Going on to the next side. Ooh, I've really been noticing issues with my hips lately. I don't know if it's just early season or lack of stretching or what is going on there, but I have found that this runner's lunge with my back knee on the ground, knee at a 90-degree, and then just kind of resting into that position. Really feel it in the hip flexor. Since I'm here, if I just kick it on really slowly backwards, boom, just like that, you got yourself a hammy stretch. Now we've got the old standard downward dog. Probably one of the best. Oh! One of my favorite stretches, for sure. It's good to pedal out the calves. You can really feel the calves stretching the Achilles. I'll show you this final little stretch here. Really good stretch, especially for bikers. Stretches out the hips there, gets you really flexible in the lower body. To start, we'll just lie on the ground. Bring one leg over the other leg. Ankle just beyond the thigh there. And with a nice flat back on the ground, reach on through, clasp the old hammy there, and just kind of gently pull it all towards you. All right, this is super sketchy, not gonna lie. We just built this little balance board over the weekend. And I haven't sanded it yet, so I'm pretty much asking to get a bunch of splinters in my feet right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I had a lot of fun making this video. Try to challenge yourself every day, whatever that means for you. And stay happy. Ooh, it's all gone wonky now. Now we're moving forwards, backwards. It definitely does not feel like snowboarding. I can tell you that much. Woo!